Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa, and today is Thursday, so we've got Johnny Litecoin joining us. We're going to talk about Litecoin and transactions. MWeb is about to be launched, so we've got new options for that. Lots of development going on. We'll be right back after this quick break. Hey, Johnny. Happy New Year. How are you?
Hey, Lisa. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody out there. How's everybody doing?
I think we are all doing great. Ready for 2022. I think 2021, it was so long farewell. Happy to see it go.
Yeah. Let's hope this is the year that we turn the corner and take down the bad guys and the good guys take back over.
I think so. Today is the day of Epiphany. It's January 6th. So I think the news cycle's been a little bit slower than what I wanted today, but I've been pretty busy dealing with some stuff. So I've kind of been out of the loop a little bit, but I checked your stream and it looks like you have been busy looking into a lot of things like coin, looking at Ethereum's gas fees. I know that annoys everyone when they try to move things around. I've had people say, they were going to move things, but they just left things on there just because the fees were so high. And then you were looking at the transaction. Well, you're talking about the long-awaited MWeb coming up, getting ready to be released in the next few weeks. So we've got a lot of development coming up with Litecoin. And I know Mame, we had Miggy, Crypto Miggy on Monday on the show talking about being part of the NFT, the movie launch at Sundance. And he's really doing a lot in the NFT space. And he was excited about OmniLite, the launch of that. And he's going to, we talked about the first NFT being launched on OmniLite by Master, and we featured that on Monday. And then let's see, where is the transaction thing you were posting about on your Twitter? I'll get you to help me.
A lot of people were doing a lot of stuff with OmniLite this week where they were sending coins that were, I think somebody released the coin or two on there and they were sending them back and forth to each other, which was cool because people were testing it out and using it, which was nice. But Ethereum gas fees are, it's made, obviously a lot of people out there know about this, but I did a tweet today. I said, let me read it, Lisa, if we could. I think I said, CoinFlip, it was right there. I said, where CoinFlip talked about the Ethereum gas fees, saying in 2021, Ethereum gas fees skyrocketed. And they explained gas is the fuel that runs the Ethereum network and how the price of gas is determined. So I retweeted it and just said, hey, if you're into crypto and don't understand what this means, then you have a lot more work to do. This is one of the reasons why Litecoin works so much better for transactions. Don't be depressed that prices are down. It's the best time to learn. So, again, if you don't understand what that means, you have to dig more deeper into this stuff because it means that you only have had a real surface level education and knowledge of what blockchain and crypto is because these networks are so much different. So once you start using crypto and sending transactions, then you realize why we like Litecoin so much, because it works great for sending value back and forth, where Ethereum does not. Believe it or not, I mean, Ethereum's so unusable right now. Using Bitcoin is a dream next to using Ethereum. My God, sending Bitcoin on chain, it's just like, oh, it's at least going to be so much cheaper than Ethereum. So Ethereum has really gotten unusable, and that affects Polygon and those other layers that are built on top of it. So I got a little update for you guys on Polygon. I know I was raving about it last week, but I've had a lot of problems with it this week. So it's not that I don't like it, but I've had problems where I can't do transactions. They're stuck.
Oh, really?
Failing. Yeah. So, guys, I'm a payment processor. I always dealt with people sending value, businesses, right? When people send large amounts of money, we don't need to screw around and be thinking, is the network down? Solana, people out there like, what do you think about Solana, Johnny Litecoin? I think it sucks. I mean, listen, if you're listening,
I'm very frustrated with Solana right now. Yeah.
Solana sucks. All right. I'm sorry out there if you like it. I hope everybody makes money. Solana sucks. It's all venture capital people that are behind it. There's that guy Chamath or whatever, that was one of the people behind Facebook or whatever he was. He was on some podcast. Him and his little buddies were laughing about it, how they're like manipulating the price of it, right? Clint Westwood's right. Down, network's down 3 times. So I would never, ever tell anybody to use Solana. I tell you that I know for a fact the Litecoin network's going to work. I'd be like, I don't want to trust something that doesn't work. So I'm all about testing out crypto and the crypto tech. But when you have to send money or value, you use Litecoin or you use Bitcoin. You don't screw around with this other.
Well, I made the mistake of putting some of my Litecoin, on the Exodus wallet. You can swap your Litecoin for Solana and then stake it and earn like 6%. Well, the problem is then when the Solana network goes down and you're trying to unstake it, like you're screwed. It's just your value, your crypto is locked up on this failed network, and you're stuck not being able to swap back into Litecoin.
And that's not a good
money and a hard asset.
And then also too, say they keep fixing it, right? Because there's all this venture capital money, and it's sure they're getting people to fix it, right? But what about in the future if they don't want to fix it, or they
it just fails and you're stuck holding the bag?
Yeah. So, one thing like to be said, I think it's actually, you could look at Dogecoin to this, right? Dogecoin had no development for years and years and years. Nothing. It was actually abandoned pretty much, right? Except people were still mining it because you could merge mine it with Litecoin, right? And then Dogecoin got such an uptick in interest and volume and transaction volume and everything because it was a meme coin. And the network still works flawlessly. So something like that at least is
Isn't that partially because Litecoin was running a node to support Dogecoin?
Well, it's proof of work because it merged mines with Litecoin. It's a proof
because
of
it merged mines with Litecoin. Okay.
So those are the networks that are like your old trusty and you're reliable. This new stuff, again, guys, I'm into testing it out, using it, but I'm looking at it as a business. I'm looking at all this new stuff as a business, just like I'd invest in every other business. I'm not looking at it as, hodling my Litecoin in my own possession, hodl your Bitcoin in your own possession. I'm looking at the other stuff as different than that. It's a different use case. It's a way to generate income and cash flow and all that. So, again, that's why a lot of people have been tweeting the pros use Litecoin. And it's true. So brings me into the next. We were talking a little bit before the show about it, Lisa. I've been tweeting probably once or twice a week, retweeting If you go back to my yesterday feed, Lisa, you could maybe
Okay.
share the screen again.
Yeah.
I can show
And I
you
can
guys.
find those transactions that you were talking about.
Yeah. There's been some extremely large transactions going through the Litecoin network. And to the point where, you know, it's happening now at an alarming rate to me, where almost every time I look at Twitter, I'm seeing one of these $100+ million transactions going through the. So right, okay, this
Here
I
it is,
retweeted.
right? This,
Nope, that
as with
wasn't the
most
tweet,
days.
but that's just saying that Litecoin's the third most active crypto. Guys, don't forget that out there. When you got these idiots like this, what's his name? That Mike Novogratz guy. Let's talk about him after. I want to give a stern warning
Okay.
about him. He's the bad guy. So if you wonder who Big Swear talks about, and they say who Cliff High talks about, the bad guys, it's him. All right. He's part of that. Keep scrolling, Lisa. I think it's
Okay.
still down a tiny bit.
Third most active. There's another day and
Oh, there it is.
$115
Yeah.
million
Yeah, there,
sent.
perfect. So
Okay.
that's the site. That's the Twitter handle to follow, that Clank app. And that's that crypto
Okay.
whales tracker. This shows you all big transactions going through different blockchain networks. So, I'm noticing transactions like this on a daily basis, multiple times a day, all different times of the day. So what does that lead me to believe? This is not your average investor sending $115 million worth of Litecoin in a single transaction.
To one unknown wallet? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah. And this is happening all the time. So it got me scratching my head. You know, now when I see these transactions once in a while go through, when you see one, you think, oh, it's an exchange moving money, right? Like a Coinbase or like Binance or somebody like that, right?
Or could it be grayscale?
Maybe like a Grayscale, right? But then you think, okay, that's just right. Why they're not going to move this money around all the time? That doesn't make any sense at all, right? So then you think, okay, people are stress testing the network, right? Then that's my next thought. And I would want to see that if I was going to do something with a payments product or a network. If I was a regular schmo, I'd say, show me data that it works, right? Show me the raw numbers and facts. And if I could present something like this to myself and look, I'd be impressed. I'd say, wow, that's real data that this works. Okay. Stress test is good. You don't need to do any more trans. In other words, you only would need to see a few of these to get it, right? And you'd say, okay, I get it. You can move $100 million through this network, right?
How many times would you need to do that to test it?
Right. Now, the fact that it's happening every day, multiple times a day, and at different times of the day tells me that this isn't stress testing going on, and this isn't exchanges just sending money to a different wallet. This is most likely nation state level type of transacting that's going on. You heard me correct. This is probably most likely countries sending money back and forth to one another. I can't think of what else it could be. Maybe chime in the chat. Maybe I'm a little bit of a kook and I've went off the deep end. I don't know. I don't think so though, because I gave everyone rationale behind how I got derived to that conclusion. Regardless of what it is, it's happening. So someone is doing this, and I just happen to think it's either nation state level stuff, or it's, you know, if it was massive companies doing it, there would need to be some type of reporting at some point along the way. They wouldn't be able to do this and keep it totally undisclosed, I wouldn't think. You know what I mean?
So this is they're reporting off of blockchain, not through exchanges or something like that.
Yep. This is all blockchain activity, not
blockchain transactions.
Yep. And guys, if you follow this, you'll start to see. I mean, I just saw another one. I looked this morning on Twitter. One popped up that was 112 million that was sent last night or something. And I mean, I'm sure if I look now, there's probably another one I'll find that they show a lot of transactions of all different networks going through there.
There's another Litecoin one.
2
hours ago.
$102 million. Oh, just a little drop in the bowl. $102 million transaction set.
There's another Litecoin one.
Another one for $102 million 3 hours ago.
Doge. Matic.
What sizes are those ones again?
EOS.
$3 million.
So Matic's only 3 million, not the 102 million.
No, I mean, that's a big one. 17 million.
17 million.
Notice
4 million USDC, 8 million USDC, 6 million USDC, 10 million USDT.
Yep. 3 million.
3 million.
Gemini USD, it looks like. 4 million.
4 million.
Notice the Litecoin ones we saw.
Or 100 million. Yeah.
$100 million, guys. And these are happening all the time. So
I think you're supposed to say 100 million.
There's $1 million.
$1 million. Interesting.
Somebody just asked in the chat, Lisa, where is the I want to go to another tweet I did after, so then we could talk about Novogratz.
Yeah.
But somebody said in the chat, where is the safest place to store majority of Litecoin? So let's address this. Obviously, it's not on the exchanges. Okay.
Right.
I recommend storing your Litecoin in different places. Use a few different wallets. I recommend using a hardware wallet as one of your options. What's a hardware wallet? It's a little device. Pal's popular. Ledger Nano, Trezor. There's Cool Wallet. There's a bunch of different people that make these hardware wallets, right? Ledger and Trezor are probably the two most popular. I'd probably, guys, go to Ledger, Trezor, like an Pal, just because they're popular makes. You're better off going with one of the popular companies because they're audited so much. They have so many people trying to find security flaws in them and everything. So you're going to get more peace of mind from that. But so I would store some of your coins in that. I would use another wallet like an Exodus or like an Atomic, which is like they call like a software wallet. You could put that on a laptop computer.
We have the crypto only laptops that Ben and Patrick sell through Calyx Solutions, and we do have a link that you can purchase those, and that helps support the channel. So Westwood, I think I have that.
So in order of how you store it, store the most in your hardware wallet, store the second most in your Exodus type of wallet or your like Atomic wallet. That's the software wallet on your computer. Again, a laptop's great to keep it on, especially a laptop that you don't do.
That has not been connected to the internet. Yeah. Your crypto only laptop.
And in a real world scenario, people are going to connect it to the internet. So what I would suggest, if you have a laptop, do one of two things, right? Now, not everyone can have a crypto-only laptop. Create a different user on that laptop and do a user you make yourself a crypto-only user that you log into. That way you do all your stuff under that crypto username, and that way you're keeping it all in that one login, less chance of clicking on some stupid stuff or yada, yada, yada. So that'd be one thing I would recommend. But if you could ultimately from like Calyx Solutions or whatever, get the crypto only laptop, obviously home run. That's a great thing, because then you don't have to worry, you're not doing other stuff on that. And then when you're not using it, you turn it off and it's offline, and it becomes kind of in a way a hardware wallet in a sense. Third place to store your Litecoin, do a mobile wallet, like a Lite wallet, or the BRD wallet's great. You could also use Exodus on your phone. You could use Trust Wallet, but use a mobile wallet, because then you're actually going to be able to use your Litecoin. If it's all in a hardware wallet, you're not ready to use it. So you need to have some Litecoin in a mobile wallet. So everybody out there, if you're listening to this show today, please download a mobile wallet and have a little bit of Litecoin on your phone. Put one Litecoin in it and just keep it in there and just say, hey, I'm going to have it in case I need it. It's better to have some Litecoin and not need it than to need some Litecoin and not have it. You don't want to be in the situation like, I think it was Clint Westwood's father that was selling the car, or maybe it was Clint Westwood. I don't know, but I forget who it was in that story, but it was on a Saturday. And they couldn't take the payment in because they wanted to pay with a check, I think, and they didn't want to take a private check on the weekend. And so you need some Litecoin on your phones ready to transact with it. And then fourth and fifth ways I would store it, I would keep a little bit in one of these interest-bearing things like a Celsius, like Voyager, like something like that. Reason being, it's great to have something established where if you need to go back in and out of fiat, you can. So you have that rail in and out and that credit line that you're kind of building up. And the way I look at it is, you're not keeping a lot in there, but you're keeping a little bit in there. We always talk about so much hedging against the system. What if the system fails? Well, as a conspiracy guy, I'm hedging against what if the system doesn't fail and they keep manipulating us for the next 80 years? And what if they manipulate so long it outlives my lifespan, right? So I want to hedge against that as well into the system. So I'm hedging both ways. I'm hedging this way I'm happy if the system fails. I have my Bitcoin and my Litecoin in my own possession, most of it. But if the system doesn't fail, I don't sit back and on my deathbed and say, you know what? I could have been earning interest on my Litecoin this whole time, and I never did because I always thought the banks were going to fail. And son of a bitch, they kept lying to us and they manipulated us, and they never went down. So
there I was. Yeah.
And there I was. And then I would also, too, guys, I would put some of your Litecoin into DeFi, because now you're earning interest on steroids. And I always say, keep 80% in your own possession, and then 20%. Don't play around more than 20%. And that shows where I think of the system going down versus staying intact. But
and we're going to do a class on that on Patreon, next week?
Yeah. Whenever you guys want to do a DeFi class, it's so important of a skill. It's like learning how to become a commercial fisherman, and having that skill, knowing what we're going into. We got to get prepared, guys.
Yeah.
We are at war right now. And the unfortunate thing is, most people you encounter in life don't realize it. They don't recognize it, right? So you got to get out of your comfort zone and start doing things to prepare yourself for. We're all soldiers in this, right? So it's just little things to do. Like give you guys this isn't crypto related, but I started this week taking ice cold showers every day. And I despise the cold water, and I hate it. And it's supposed to be the best thing for you. You take cold showers.
It's supposed to be good for your immune system and all of that.
And I just said to I was watching this crazy guy on TV.
Wim Hof.
That's his name, Wim Hof. Yeah.
Yep.
He swims under like frozen lakes, and he does, and he's saying that people got so soft And he goes, back in the day, people ran around naked in the elements. And he goes, now, and I started thinking about it. I go, what a freaking wimp I am. I go, what a wimp. I go, I'm always freezing cold. I lost a lot of weight because I got lean. I've been freezing cold. So I lost this weight. So what a wimp I am. I'm cold when I get out of the shower. I said, I'm looking at myself as a soldier and what's going on. I said, I'm doing this. I don't care if I like it or not. I'm freaking doing it. Right. And I feel awesome. I feel amazing. Really? You know what? I haven't worn a coat all week. It's freezing cold today. This is how I went out all day. People are like, aren't you cold? I said, no, I took an ice cold shower before I came out here.
They're like, that Johnny, he's nuts. Yeah. He's nuts. But I mean, that's, if you recognize that we are in that war, it may be the information war, but sharpen your mind and be ready. And don't, they want us numb and dumb. And, that's why they say, give them bread and circuses or whatever, keep them comfortable, fat and happy. And they won't rise up against what's going on, And so maybe if we all took a cold shower and got a little pissed off at what's going on,
I'm looking at it as, try to, stretching more. I'm just trying to keep breathing, just trying to all things to be
alert or be ready for your surroundings. Yeah.
And crypto world, guys, I'll and I would say, get out of your crypto comfort zone. Maybe it's, do something you haven't done. If you haven't got off of the exchange yet, which a lot of people haven't, DM me, guys, and say, Johnny, I'll keep it private. It's between us. I'm a freaking vault. So the reason my DM's open is not to be cool or a popular guy and chit chat. It's to help people with technical issues with Litecoin. I said to myself, how the hell are normal people going to navigate this stuff if there's no one to help them that's trustworthy? If not, it's only going to be the bad guys helping them in the end. Yeah, sure, the bad guys will help you out. Keep your crypto with us.
That's why there's platforms like Robinhood and, even the PayPal thing, they don't want you to know how to they want you to, here, give us your money. And sure, you can buy crypto that you can't ever get off our platform. Yeah. So you can buy us crypto.
Sure.
That's what they're wanting. And that's where, they are going to keep people trapped and, in their system that they have control of. And that's what we don't want for people. We want them to know that they have sovereignty.
Is, DeFi, the more, I'm all about interoperability of these blockchains, right? The more interoperable they are, the better. And the way that this is all getting woven together and these cross-chain bridges that are being built, it's amazing. And
that's that. I mean, Charlie was telling me about FIBO. He ran across FIBO, and I mean, it's totally decentralized, so it doesn't have a foundation or a marketing company to push it or hustle it or whatever. But it literally is it's the ultimate cross-chain decentralized exchange, and it's just nobody's really heard of it. Blood did a review on it. Crypto Blood did a review on it, and he's like, oh my God, this thing's amazing. But it's just been
I don't even know about it. I'm looking into that tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I mean, and it's still, really inexpensive, the token for it, but the operability of it's amazing. It's because we're still back in that when the internet was, Gmail people could only email Gmail people, and AOL people could only email AOL people as far as coins swapping and, on exchanges and things like that. And FIBO is everybody can talk to everybody. Coins just swap to, it's all about the cross chain.
That's where it's at. And the best thing about this is, guys, not only is it a good tool to know how to use so you can go in there and use it? You guys can make money from it by, this could be your business. You could put money into it, and you're enabling it to work better. By the more liquidity that goes in there, the more this can work for the rest of the world. It's a win-win if you make money and you're enabling something better for other people. That's what people, a lot of people didn't get with the crypto payments I was trying to do.
Yeah.
People were like, you're cutting out your own business and this and that. I said, no, I'm cutting out the bank. I'm still want to make my money. I don't like, I'm still going to get paid. I want to get the creeps out of the picture. And that I'm happy that if I told somebody, look, I'm going to be making money from this, but you're saving money and now you have a better product. Are you happy? If they said to me, no, I'm not happy, I don't want you making a dime, I'd say to them, have a nice life. I'm moving on to the next person. I don't want to do business with people that think that way. Because most people in their right mind would say, wait a minute, I'm paying less and I get to use something better. I'm happy you're getting paid. Sure, of course you should be making some money. You're the one that brought this to me or set this up, you know what I mean? So,
well, and there was somebody in here a minute ago that said something about very hodling. And I know a lot of Litecoin people, you know, follow Uncle Cliff and Bix. And so a lot of people have very, and there was just an announcement about
Very DAO, was that it?
Well, the very DAO, which I applied for and to be a part of. And then there was there's a very USDC pool that was announced on, hold on, it was in this pinned message. There's a new pool on Firebird, and there's a farm. Let's see, where is it? Oh no.
So you could go in there and be a liquidity provider.
Yes,
and by doing that, you're helping more people get very.
Right.
Yeah.
And because it's such a small community or whatever, like, I guess the return on it is really
big.
high. So Firebird is the exchange or whatever, or where you find the pool, and it's a USD, the DEX. Yeah. And then there's a very USDC.
This is a win-win, guys. This is such a win-win because we're enabling peer-to-peer trading, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're able to make money. We're able to have our own system that's built up. So, I mean, that's why, Lisa, that's why we want to do the class on your Patreon to help people.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of value in this, guys. I mean, for Lisa's Patreon, for us to be doing a class to teach you guys personally how to do this, I mean, this is a really valuable skill to be picking up. And you know, the reason I can show people how to do this, I don't think like a computer guy or brain. I think like a layman and like just like a common Joe, so that I know what everyone out there needs help with, because I'm not good with. Everyone's like, oh, Johnny, it must be so like a tech guy and stuff. Like, no, this stuff boggles my mind when I look at it. I'm like, it takes me so long to figure out. But then when I wrap my mind around it and figure it out, I really understand it. And that's like my key to like helping others. Oh, can you do Moon River on here?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
I mean,
like, so I'm just go down to Moon River. I'm trying to figure out. I want to get signed up for this because it has a referral. So I could get.
I can show you guys I can show you guys through WanChain how to move into this, because WanChain is the cross-chain bridge built with Moon River. So you could take a coin, we could wrap it into WanChain or right into Moon River, and boom, now you're in here doing what you got to do.
So I can't do it from here?
You would have to go through a bridge to bridge your asset into Moon River.
To bridge into Moon River.
Certain assets you could bridge Litecoin right into Moon River. and then
Okay.
you can
And then
swap
I
into
would
what you need.
be able to give liquidity to vary through
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because that's what I wanted to take some of my vary and participate in supporting the vary pool on here. I just,
We have
don't
to
know how to
find the
do it.
very pool and see what network that it's. I had to look at this a little bit more, guys, but
Yeah.
I'll see what now because it says expand into Chronos, expand into Moon River right there. There you go. See when it flashed up, expand into Avalanche.
Okay.
Looks like it has all those, but we'll want to see on there. It doesn't mean because there's a very pool that Moon River is the network that you're using the very
That
pool.
use it for vary. Okay.
Right now you might, but the important thing is that with this, guys, is that with all this cross-chain compatibility, you can move your stuff through the bridges to get what you need to get. Now this is a bet, guys. The only way to get vary before this was Mercatox. I mean, I would trust that about as much as I trust somebody smiling at me on a boardwalk with a gold tooth that wants to play 3-card Monte. That doesn't sound too trustworthy. So this is just code. That's the beautiful thing about these. You don't need to trust any. You just need to trust that the code is sound. But
Yeah.
this
I'm
looks pretty
just
cool.
really excited about it. So, well, we'll probably next Thursday I'll have my Patreon figured
Firebird.finance.
out, and we'll have it. Yeah, we'll figure it out and do. We'll do the class next Thursday.
I'm gonna provide some liquidity to this tonight or tomorrow. What is it? App.firebird.finance.
Firebird Finance. Yeah, Firebird.finance.
I'm a junkie for chasing yield. I'm like oh my God, I'm like, and that's the beautiful thing about this guy. So as soon as I see one of these places to farm at, I'm like, oh man, I can move assets into there, and I'm like a junkie to try it, right? And the thing is, I can go in there. I know exactly what I'm doing. I don't need to get a lesson on how to use Firebird.finance, right? Because I know how to use a DEX, I know exactly what I need to go in there and do. So that's the point of what I'm saying is why to learn how to this is so important, because opportunities are going to pop up. You're going to be holding coins that have, and Lisa, you hit the nail on the head, because the very pool's not big yet. The reward is massive. When you're holding a coin that doesn't have great liquidity in DeFi yet in these pools, you're getting paid the big bucks to put your liquidity in there. So it's why not be the early?
So you wouldn't have to put a lot of yours, like you said. If you're like your rule is the 80-20, well, you could still put just 20% of your bag in there and still be making quite a bit of.
I'm in a pool right now. I got a few grand in it, and it's paying out 900% APY. So who's better than me having a few grand getting 900% APY on? I'm in another one, a Litecoin one that's on Huckleberry. Yeah, I got a few thousand in that one, and that one's paying me 200%. So again, guys, I'm a normal guy. I didn't say I have millions in there. I said I have a few thousand in there, right? It's all I could afford to lose, or whatever I'm willing to risk to put in there. But it's just, even with the little amounts I have in there, I'm earning a nice income from it. It's a nice little side business and side hustle. And why be a crypto trader? That to me is like, I'd rather I don't even care about the prices really, because if the assets, I get paid whether the assets move up or down. And I just look at it as if they move down, maybe it's an opportunity to scoop up more of a pool or something at better prices.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and it's always a great time to learn when the coins are down, when the price is down, use that as good. You don't need to be in panic mode. That's a great time for education. So, yeah, my future son-in-law may come over tonight. If he does, I might call you and have you, maybe we can do a pre-class tonight and do this together, and then do the
Absolutely. We'll
class
do
for Patreon next week.
call me up later. We'll do a Zoom share screen thing or
Okay.
whatever. And
That'd be awesome.
yeah. But it's just such a again, great stuff to learn. And
I want to help the community learn, and I think this is the year, we see these, incredible numbers of people out of work, and just the change in our world and environment going forward. And I think these are the next 2 years where there's an opportunity for generational wealth. And like you said, take cold showers if that is what it takes for you to stretch your mind, do yoga, whatever it takes. But we've got to start thinking differently about what this world looks like going forward, because they are not doing it for us.
Yeah. And you guys are luckier out there if you're in coins that didn't, maybe crypto didn't have the end of the year like we thought it was going to have. So a lot of us are disappointed. We didn't, I think we're in better positions with this disappointment than if we had, say, Bitcoin went to 200,000 and Litecoin went to $1,500, and
we all got soft.
We all got soft. We all got spoiled, and we took our eye off the ball. And now, let me tell you what, if all that happened, and then someone's like, "You want to learn DeFi? You want to learn this?" Like, no, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Well, and then inflation would just go with it. Yeah. And we wouldn't learn how to keep going. And inflation would keep going and catch up with us. And then where would you be?
And now I feel like I'm in such a better position, because it's like, I had this disappointment in one hand, but then on the other hand, I've learned so much stuff. And now I'm so much more sharper going into what we're going into. I'd rather know how to make money than be sitting on money, if that makes sense. Yeah. I'd rather know how to.
It's like that. It's part of the reason they took us off a silver standard or a gold standard, was because they didn't want us feeling the weight of coin going out of our hand. They didn't want us knowing that we were losing money. They wanted us on that swipe of a credit card. Oh, you won't even notice you're losing your money. You won't even notice that you're losing your value, that it's depreciating in value.
There's a lot of big,
and that's part of it, is that, but if we could pay attention to this, our asset value as they're printing up these dollars, and we'd pay attention and say, well, then I'm going to make it earn more, or I'm going to figure out ways to earn more. We have to take personal responsibility to do that. Sorry for this glitching so bad, you guys.
No, that's all right.
My husband watching a movie, and the grandbaby dog is here running around the house.
We hear you pretty good. It's just you're just images skipping.
Freezing.
So we're seeing.
I'm sure with weird faces, it's always.
You look like we're seeing a frozen Lisa. It's like you were taking a cold shower and you got frozen in place.
It's always with like the most awkward look on my face too. So that's always great.
No, that was like the one. No, remember we did that thing in Philly, Coinvention, and they put us and they put people that were speakers there on a billboard, and so they the picture they put of me, it was like my face on like a different head, or like it wasn't me, but it was me. And I remember the guy that was running the show was like, "Yeah," he's like, "I did it to mess with you, like it, huh?"
Oh no!
Oh, God,
I love it.
I was sending it to people, and they're like, "Hey, that's awesome!" Like, wait a minute, this isn't you. I'm like, "No, it is." They're like, "Yeah, but like,
stories.
It's not you."
The stories we can tell, back in the day at Coinvention in Philly. Oh my gosh.
Those are and I always told everybody, I said, enjoy those times. Because I said to everybody that I said, this is like our college. We don't know what the world's going to bring us. And the world has brought us freaking some bad stuff. And, you know, I mean, I'm not, I'll do the stuff with you guys and all that. You guys I look at as friends and family and the crypto family. And it's, but do the conferences and stuff anymore. It's not for me. I'm not, that ship sailed for me. I'm just, it's too much with everything going on in society and the stuff. And I don't want to go there and argue with people. And then most of these things, they might make you show a proof of a test to get in.
Yeah,
and
I don't even know. We're
don't
being
play
very
that.
picky about. That's where Westwood and I are, you know, this weekend or this next weekend, we'll be down at Bitcoin Ben's Founders Group in Fort Worth on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. And we're going to work really hard and plan at least the next 6 months, if not the rest of the year, of our monthly meetups. And so we've got January with Ben, one of Biggs's meetups in February. I'm not sure where that's going to end up, most likely in Vegas or Phoenix at that meetup. And then March, I've been asked to speak and participate in Bitcoin Day here in Oklahoma City. I believe it's March 26th. So we'll probably coordinate and do our monthly meetup here in Oklahoma City. So I'll get to host at home in my own city. So I think those will be our first 3 months of meetups with the fam and do our happy hour and crypto classes in coordination with those. But then we'll be looking into April. That's, you know, typically the, it's Mighty Mia's birthday month. So we'll be celebrating that with Team Mighty, but that's also usually shitcoin and Bitcoin, which I didn't go to the Bitcoin meetup in Miami last year. I went to shitcoin, and that's more our people, like the altcoin kind of meetup with, you know, Kenny Bozak and Miss Teen Crypto and, you know, the NFT, the movie people were there. And it's just a little more like kind of our people.
Nice.
Not the $10,000 a ticket price or whatever that was for the Bitcoin conference.
And then we'll be next to New York City. I mean, that's all vax passport and you know, I don't play that stuff, and I don't play the you know, I was listening to that one guy, Ian Smith. He goes, you know, or somebody said about people that get a fake card, and what does he think about these people? And like, you're part of the problem. You're giving into that system. Like, you're not about this life. Like.
Yeah, we have to say no.
Yeah, you say, hey, this is the rule to come. Great. I ain't going then. How's that sound?
Yeah.
You want to
well,
play
part of this year, Team Mighty the board is meeting because we have to say no to Leukemia Lymphoma Society for the first time. And we will not be raising money for them for Mia's birthday because they went woke. And if you go woke, you go broke. Because they are not acknowledging the difference between men and women anymore. And they are a research and development nonprofit that, you know, finds solutions in the labs for medication so if they are not acknowledging X and Y chromosome, that's kind of problematic.
So for being researchers, how accurate is your research going to be?
Yeah, so they're denying the difference between men and women. So we've told them, you know, and they said, well, we just got so much pushback from, you know, the left. And I said, well, then you're going to get just as much pushback from me. And I'm going to be vocal that is the reason we are not supporting Leukemia Lymphoma Society this year. And we will be giving our donations to celebrate Mia's birthday for another. We haven't decided if we're going to do organ donation or foster care, or there was a special needs riding center that they did therapeutic equestrian riding for Mia and Cannon both participated. So we might do that. We haven't decided yet, but it'll go to something else.
We got to push back, and that's the best way to be. And it's, you know what? Be proud. I was telling her, be proud of what you do. Like, I noticed stuff, there's a lot, especially where I live, there's a lot of pressure and stuff a lot of times in situations. people like, I'm going to wear a mask because I'm going to feel like that guy or that person. And I said, I want to go there and be that guy, because you know what? Then other people are going to see me. I'm going to inspire. I noticed I've been going to places. They've been looking at me not in a mask. They've been taking it off and putting it away.
Because they're like, oh, we don't have to wear it. No,
I look at it as a win. I look
Yeah.
at it as a win. You know what? It's little wins I'm looking for. I'm not looking for big wins, little wins throughout my day. And I don't mind if people say, oh, hey, he's looked down on me for what I do. I'm proud of my decisions. I'm proud of it. So anything, I'm always proud of what I'm doing. So just that. Just throw that out.
Think about when we do get through this, there will be another side, and we will get through this, and we can tell our children and our grandchildren we did something, and we stood up and we said something that we didn't, we weren't the sheeple. And so if that means, that it was a little bit tougher, or somebody looked at you funny or called you a name or whatever, I would rather say that and say that I stood up for my rights in the Constitution, and I'm okay with that.
Freedom isn't the easiest option. And with your money, with anything, it's not the easiest option. It's always the harder path to go. You want it, sure, Coinbase and these companies, PayPal, will make it so easy to hold your crypto. It's so easy, it's clicking a button. It's harder to do it yourself, but there's a lot of benefit and value in doing it yourself. So it's always harder to do it yourself. It's like people are into growing their own food, right? They're building that sovereignty, right? Obviously, it's easier to go to a grow, or it's easier to ship your food to your house. I mean, I'm going to leave your house, but it takes work to go out there and do. So anything you do, it's I was always into lifting weights. People always took steroids was the shortcut, right? You do build the muscle yourself. You're better off in the long run. It's not going to happen as fast, but you'll be much better off in the end. So it's, freedom is it's never the easiest path to go. It's always going to be the harder road, but it's the more rewarding road. It's like and it's kind of like the cold shower. In a way, it's a mental test for me, because you suffer during it, but you feel better the rest of your day. And it's almost like freedom in a way, because it's like you have to suffer during the things. You have the easier option, but then when you get to the freedom, then you're in the better. You're like, this is why I did it. I'm free.
That's going to be worth it. Yeah. It is not worth the, definitely not worth the one cookie to be fat all day.
No.
Resist. All right. Well, hopefully my future son-in-law comes over here tonight and we can work on this, because I really want to learn how to do this for myself. This is also something that for Team Mighty, part of one of the things that I was talking to the board about was, next time the nonprofit that we partner with, I want to add education, and I want to teach them about not just getting them into crypto, but teaching them how to then leverage, because one of the things we wanted to do was gift them a node, because that's, one of the forms of passive income or growing their crypto. But this is another way, I think, that we could teach them about liquidity, pool mining,
100%,
at least with a portion of their cryptos. So hopefully these are other things we can teach nonprofits, and teach, the other thing I want to do is teach women that are leaving abusive marriages, so they can have some options for themselves too. So all this good stuff.
Awesome.
So you guys,
great use. I mean, that's empowers people. So what a better group to empower, you know what I mean? You're giving them a tool to fight back and get out of their situation, So what a good thing.
Yes, definitely. We will be here tomorrow for happy hour. Westwood is reminding us all. And you guys make sure, I'm going to have that. I'm working on a new website. I've been inspired by the Very DAO. So I got my resume in and applied to be partner of the Varied Owl. I'll let you know if they accept me
Nice.
when that happens. And then I'm working on a new website. I don't know why I chose to try a new platform. I guess it's that challenge thing. I'm stretching my mind. But
yeah, hey, you're sharpening your skills, so it's good.
sharpening my skills.
Exactly.
What I was thinking. But it's supposed to be able to have a podcast option to it. So we're going to start having podcasts, not just the YouTube platform,
Nice.
but branch into podcasts as well. So
Very nice.
growing the channel, growing the options, trying new things.
Yeah.
So working on that as well. So lots of new things for us in 2022. You guys pray for me.
I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.